Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is the 7th episode of the trading series, and in today's episode I'm going to go over the RSI indicator. So RSI stands for Relative Strength Index. So as you can see here, I'm back on Investopedia, and we'll just go through what it says here. What is a relative strength index? The relative strength index, RSI, is a momentum indicator used in technical analysis. RSI measures the speed and magnitude of the security's recent price changes to evaluate overvalued or undervalued conditions in the price of that security. The RSI is displayed as an oscillator, a line graph, on a scale of 0 to 100. The indicator was developed by J. Welles Wilder Jr. and introduced in his seminal 1978 book, New Concepts in Technical Trading Systems. The RSI can do more than point to overbought and oversold securities. It can also indicate securities that may be primed for a trend reversal or corrective pullback in price. It can signal when to buy and sell. Traditionally, an RSI reading of 70 or over indicates an overbought situation, and a reading of 30 or below indicates an oversold condition. So how does the RSI work? So as a momentum indicator, the relative strength index compares a security's strength on days when price goes up to its strength on days when price goes down. The result of this comparison to price action can give traders an idea of how a security may perform. The RSI, used in conjunction with other technical indicators, can help traders make better informed trading decisions. Calculating the RSI use a two-part calculation that starts with the following formula. The average gain or loss used in the calculation is the average percentage gain or loss during a look-back period. The formula uses a positive value of the average loss. Okay, so we're moving back over to trading view. So I have the Bitcoin versus Tethers and US on the daily chart. We'll just turn off the volume for now. And so you go back up to indicators here. You type in relative strength index. You see it's the first one that pops up here. Again, you should highlight it in the star, so you'll add it to your favorites. So we'll just turn this on here. So I like to keep my RSI very simple. So I'd like to just have it's usually on 70 is overbought, 50 is just the midway line, and then 30 is the lower bound. And when the price action gets in below 30, you know it's oversold. So that's how I like to set up my settings. Again, if you want to set up your settings, you go over to your RSI indicator, click on this thing here, it'll bring up the settings, and you have this all clicked here, and away you go. So essentially what the RSI indicator is giving you, it's an oscillator. So it's going to range from overbought to oversold. Now, it's not exactly giving you the bottoms or the tops, but what it's still telling you is basically when something is overbought or oversold. So if I just zoom in on this chart here, so there is times where the RSI can be overbought for a range for a long period, especially in a bull market. So as you can see here in the RSI, it's oscillating from oversold and it to overbought. So as you can see here, as it crosses the 70 line, then you know that the price then is overbought. So you should be a warning sign to expect a trend reversal or for the price to sell off. Now, as I said before, it's not going to pinpoint exactly when to sell. So, for example, here the RSI broke out through the 70 line, and that just put in a top here. But as you can see, price continued on here and put in another higher high. So in this scenario, you could draw a trend line. And as you can see, as the price broke this trend, the price completely sold off. So gives you the indication on when to look for a trend reversal. So just to recap, the RSI, once it peaks its head above the 70 line, then you know that price is overbought and expect a reversal. And again, once it dips below the 30 line, then you know that the price is oversold and you should be near enough to a bottom. So also the RSI is a forward looking indicator. So if you're looking at the chart here, right, you can see that the RSI put in a high. So in the chart, in the candles, this was the first high. But as you can see, the RSI dipped low again, tried to pick up again, but didn't put in a higher high. So essentially, this was a high and a lower high. And if you look at the chart, it put in a high and a higher high. So this is what you call bearish divergence. Once you see bullish or bearish divergence, that should scream to you that there's going to be a trend reversal and that it's a trap. And in here on the chart, I'll just put in my trend lines. So here would be hidden bullish divergence, where on the chart it made a low and then it made a higher low. But on the RSI, it made a low and a lower low. So therefore, you can assume that the price will continue and go upwards. And as you can see on the chart here, it did put in a higher high. So that's why it is very useful to use the RSI, the Relative Strength Index, so you'll be able to catch price swings in both directions. So just a recap of what the RSI is, Relative Strength Index. It's a momentum indicator. So it's trending, it's in a graph trending from overbought to oversold. And you just have to remember that once the RSI tips over the 70 line, then it's overbought, and once it goes under the 30 line, then it's oversold. And you can also use the RSI to find bullish and bearish divergence. Now, I will be showing in a future video the stochastic RSI. It is slightly different, but it is similar, and I will show you how to use it. So there you have it, folks. That is the breakdown on the RSI indicator. If you liked the video, please go down, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.